Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle Mahoney and I like to show tutorials on using your Cricut machine, and I also talk about running your business because I have an Etsy shop and I love to share tips and tricks on how you can run your own online business as well. So today's video I'm really excited to share with you. It's going to be about how to make stickers using your Cricut cutout machine and your Cricut design space. I just recently learned how to do it effectively and I'm so excited to share my tips and tricks with you today. Now today I'm going to be using the Cricut sticker paper. Now I know a lot of people aren't really a fan of the Cricut sticker paper, but that's what I have and I have figured out how to use it, and I'm going to go venture out into the other recommendations that have been given to me, but I want to show you today on how to use the Cricut one. So let's go get started. Okay, so the thing with the Cricut sticker paper is that it's really thick and it's not glossy. A lot of people don't like to use it because of that. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like. It says printable sticker paper, and I actually do have the white version of it, and then there's a clear version of it too. So you can have like the sticker, but it's clear around it, and this one is like white in the background. Now, what someone told me that I learned online was that you can use this paper and then you can put a laminate over it to give it that glossy look. So what I did is I got the individual Scotch single slide laminating sheets. So when I print out my sticker design on the paper, then I can go ahead and put the laminating sheet over it, and then I cut my stickers. I'm going to show you exactly step by step on how I'm going to do this, and all of my products that I'm using will be linked down in the description below in case you're interested in using what I'm using in the video. Let's go over to Design Space so I can show you what I'm going to be printing today. Making these thank you stickers. I'm going to go ahead and customize. And the reason why I'm customizing is because I'm going to show you exactly what needs to be done to these stickers that I did not know before. So the sticker itself should have, I'm going to delete these other ones actually. Let's see, I have 4 by 4. So I'm going to delete these ones. And the sticker itself should actually have a shape behind it. And I was told, obviously pick the shape that you need, which mine is a circle, and I'm going to position this on top. So in order to position on top, you click this arrange button and then say move forward. And so I want to make sure that my sticker goes on top of that. Now the shape itself, it doesn't really matter what color it shows here on the machine, because as long as my paper is white, that will be white. So I can do that just for the visualization, for the, your purposes of making it perfect on here so you can see it right. I'm making it a little bit smaller. And so the reason why I want to do this is because see that solid line behind it? I want my Cricut machine to follow that solid line, whereas before my sticker, if you look, I mean, it's harder to see here, but there's not really a solid line there. It's actually kind of jagged. So the reason you want to have the shape behind your sticker is to make sure it has a seamless cut. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both of these, and I want to hit this attach button down here. That way when I move it, they're connected, okay? The next thing that I was told that you want to do is you want to hit this flatten button down here in the left bottom corner. There we go. So now that I have done the two things that I need to do, which is add the shape and flatten the button, I am now going to multiply the sticker to have several of them. It's always best to do what you need to do to just one of them and then just hit the duplicate button as many times as you want, and then all of the things are already done, so you're not doing it to each individual sticker. That's why I deleted the whole row before. All right, so now I'm going to take this, and now that I have my 4 lined up here, I'm going to highlight all 4, and now I duplicate that. You see what I mean about like the duplication? You just want to be smart about it. There's no reason to duplicate each individual sticker. Once I have my row, oh, I didn't keep them in my rows, so that's okay. It's just a little trickier to work with when you do it this way. So if you're smarter about it, I would do 1 row at a time, and then you can move all 4 buttons or all 4 stickers at once. It's just about a time saver. It really doesn't matter if you do it this way or the other way, but if you're short on time, then you want to keep all of them together. So I would do 1 row at a time and then put them in where you want to organize them. All right. So now that I have all of the rows of stickers that I want, I'm going to highlight them all. All right. And then I'm going to group them just so I can keep them together. There we go. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to click Make It. So now, as you can see, all of my stickers are in the page right here, which is what I want. So I'm not even going to worry about this second page over here. I'm not going to print one sticker on that page. I'm just going to not do that page. I'm going to do this page to focus on. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hit Continue. All right, so I'm going to send my paper to my printer. You want to make sure that there's no other paper in your printer. You want it to only have the sticker paper that you're using. That's going to help the printer recognize it. And if someone closed your printer, you want to open the paper slot. Okay, now I want to click Send to Printer, and this tells me that it's going to my printer. Now, I feel like there's a debate about the bleed. You can add the bleed or not. I've always kept it on, so I'm just gonna go ahead and hit print from there. And then once it recognizes my printer, it will go ahead and send over there and print them out. Now that I have my stickers out, I need to put the laminating sheet on top of it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure my laminating paper on the back against the black lines on the paper, because you don't want to put the laminating paper over the black Cricut lines, because that's what helps the machine recognizes where to cut. So I don't like to put it over on top of that because I feel like it won't recognize it better. That's what I've heard from other people, so I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this paper on top of it like this, and I'm going to mark it with an orange pen where right before where the black line starts. Okay, so now for a more accurate cut, I'm going to use my cutting machine. All right, so now I'm going to take my sticker paper and I'm going to put my laminate on top of it. I like to save in the top part of the paper. They have the already easy removable. So I'm putting that down. I'm gonna take this. All right, and then I like to use a scraper as I go down to make sure there's no air bubbles as I pull the sheet off. So you lift it up and then you wanna pull back the rest of the paper slowly. So it might be harder to see from your view. But see how I'm pulling back slowly and I'm just putting the scraper on it so that I'm not getting air bubbles. Okay, and now I have shininess on all of my stickers. Now I know some people are going to say, well, why don't you just buy glossy paper? And you certainly could, but I've even heard people say that sometimes the gloss is not as much as they thought it was. So this is just a way that you can do it where you know, if it's not glossy like you want it to be, you can laminate it like this. So that's what we're doing. Now I'm going to take this and I want to put it on my mat. And I like to use my brayer to make sure that it's on there really good. Now I'm going to take it to my machine and put it in. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to make sure your machine is set to the cardstock button. And you want to make sure that you cut it twice. So I've set my machine to the cardstock option. And once I've loaded it, I'm gonna head and hit cut. All right, now here is where the trick is. So the mat has come out, but instead of hitting the eject button, I'm going to hit it cut again so that it goes through all the layers appropriately. Because the paper is thick and I've added the laminate, I wanna make sure I cut it twice. Now I'm going to click my button to unload my mat. I'm gonna come over here. My favorite part, you're gonna take the paper, see, peel it off. Okay, so now that I've peeled off my paper, my stickers are ready to go. Okay, so because I put laminate on it, I did cut it actually 3 times, only for the pure fact that if I was going to be putting these on my Etsy shop and I was mailing them out to people, I wouldn't want to have to maybe cut them individually on the squares. I'd want to be able to pop them out fully. Whoops. Oh, maybe even a 4th time I get, oh no, that came out. Okay, so I want to be able to give it to the customer with like the grid lines on the back so they know like you can pop it off and have a sticker. Whereas if it's just me and I'm just using them, which that's the case right now, I wouldn't really care just keeping them on the sheet like this and then using them as I go. But again, if I was gonna mail these out to a customer, I want to be able to have the backing to it, and so I wanted to be able to pop them out. So for this case, because I did the laminate, I think I needed to do it the 3 times. So I did do it the 3 times to test that for you guys. So, okay, so if you do decide to use the Cricut paper that's not glossy, all of the steps I just showed you are gonna be the way to go in order to get your results. So for me, I know a lot of people have recommended other brands for me to use, but I had already gotten this and I wanted to make it work. And so it really like depends on what kind of brands you wanna use. A lot of people told me to use onlinelabels.com, so I'll link a link to that website if you guys want to go check out that. I personally have not used them yet, but I've heard great things. So this is using the Cricut paper today. I really hope that you found some helpful tips and tricks in this video. And if you did, put them in the comments down below. I'm so excited to hear what you learned. Or if you have any further questions that I didn't answer, I would love to hear from that as well. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, hit the red button down below. And if you hit the bell, it will alert you anytime I post a new video. It really helps to support my channel when you guys are liking and subscribing. So I appreciate it so much. And I really, really love having your support on this channel. All right, guys, I'm going to say goodbye for now, but I'll see you in the next one.